Red One, the brand new Christmas movie starring The Rock and Chris Evans, and I remember this movie existed like when the first trailer came out because I remember hearing it. I remember like, oh yeah, there's a Christmas movie coming out with The Rock and Chris Evans, and I saw the first look photo of it, and then it kind of drifted away off my radar, and then the trailer came out, and I went, oh, okay, this looks fine. This looks nothing super spectacular. And then I just came back seeing the movie. And I was right. This movie's just fine. It's nothing that special. Look, it's the most amazing thing ever? No. Is it a pile of reindeer manure? No. But it's fine. And the reason it's fine, the reason it's okay, just okay, is that one time, this movie is 2 hours and 3 minutes long, which normally, or for most movies, that's kind of like a perfect runtime. But a story like this, or the way they're telling this story, didn't need to be there. This movie has serious pacing issues. Serious pacing issues. Like the pacing issue starts frame one. Because when the title card comes on, I went and said, you can cut all that stuff out. You can cut the first 5 minutes out of this movie. This whole, like, you have two scenes focusing on Jack, who's played by Chris Evans, his character. And we have one scene of Jack as a kid, where he is the kid who doesn't believe in Santa. He wants to spoil it for the rest of the kids. The parents and adults are trying to put the Christmas cheer into him, but Jack is like, yeah, well, there's some fat guy who goes in my chimney every year. Ooh, like, he's that type of kid who can really pick up and realize Santa Claus is not real. And then the next scene, you see him as an adult doing some PI, like, spy level stuff. And I just I just said to myself, this wasn't needed. The first 5 minutes of the movie could have easily cut out. Again, maybe it's trying to establish him as a character, but the way the next scene the second next scene would be the right way to introduce his character, which is him in a bathtub, drunk off his mind, and getting call from his ex-wife saying, or ex-wife or his ex-partner saying, hey, you need to pick up your kid. I'm like, that is a perfect way. That's a perfect way to introduce his character. All the other stuff, cut. Just cut. But you think, oh, okay, cut 5 minutes off of it. Nope. You got all the stuff with Krampus. And Krampus shows up a couple more times outside, like the big chunk of Krampus. And I get it, he's there to introduce the concept of the how. How is this possible? How can this be a thing? What's the evil plan that our villain the person who kidnapped Santa, what is their plan? But it goes so long. Like, I was like, you can chop it up, shrink the scene down, or cut it completely, and just jump to the next scene, which is two of them in a car. I was like, and then Krampus shows up for the final fight. I was like, this is just, it keeps dragging, and it's like the moment it goes full gear and having a good sense of pace, it pulls itself backwards and basically drags itself on, because I don't know that someone said every big budget movie needs to be 2 hours. I don't know. Like, it just is so much of it. I get it. Maybe there's a concept of, we need to see a villain's true form, do we not? Because we told them. And it's like, no, not really, if it isn't needed for the story. Like, I enjoy the dynamic between our main two leads. You know, J.K. Simmons and Santa Claus is kind of cool. Um, the casting's pretty well done. I mean, the villain is weak, but you know, it's one of those like clearly the villain's there to move the story forward, not really there to be fleshed out. It's one of those movies where you just go, the problem is the pacing. Like the action's fine. I mean, you know, the final, you know, action sequence is a little bit like, really, that's it? But it is one of those movies that you just go, this movie would have sing and be just at least solid and be like maybe a 60% of Rotten Tomatoes or maybe 50% of Rotten Tomatoes if this movie was tightened. This shows that the movie needs to be tightened, and you got jokes that didn't work in the trailer that still don't work in the context of the movie. Like, there's this whole thing of like bringing toys to life. Like, oh, you know, here's a toy car. Here's like a Hot Wheels car. Put it onto the ground. Have this like magic thing swinging way, and is able to go full size, so you can actually drive the actual car, right? And there's the joke of like, have you do you have like a Wonder Woman with you? And the answer, and I'm like, ha. He wants the Wonder Woman doll because it's like a sex doll. Get it, people? Get it. Like, but most of the, you know, the most funny thing in the movie is dealing with a chicken. About a chicken. You know, that's the best joke in the entire movie of that. Now, would I say this is a movie worth pissing a bottle of handing to your assistant and be 8 hours late to? Probably not. Wait till here's a movie I would recommend people to check out on streaming. Sadly, even though I am all about seeing it on the biggest screen possible. You know, your home theater system is shit compared to a real movie theater. But yeah, this movie didn't do it for me. It was fine.